Alrighty, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Welcome to another live stream. I wanted to go live. I want to start going live. Let me make sure we are good to rock and roll, and we are good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now, in today's live stream, we are going to be talking about day trading, swing trading, anything that revolves making money in the markets today. So I hope you guys all enjoy this. If you do, smash that like button, subscribe. Now, the idea behind this live stream is how to make those consistent $100, $200, $300, $400 per day. How do you do it? What's the best approach? So we're going to be showing you guys little tips, tricks, techniques, and strategies that I've used over the past 7 years. So make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, do what you guys do. I appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, but more importantly, we actually teach you to trade, right? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. It's honest strategies that I've used over the past 7 years. Yes, so click that link, sign up. I'll see you guys in there. You won't regret it. And you guys can get 50% off by using code FIRST50. So check it out. There's only like a couple of spots left for that code. So check it out down below. And let's jump into this. All right, so the stock here that we traded is going to be Tesla. Now, Tesla was the play of the day for me. There was a lot of opportunity, both on the short side and the long. Now, we went long on this stock here. And let me make sure we are good to rock and roll here. Let me make sure we are good to rock and roll. But yes, like I said, we went long today, which is pretty much buying the stock in hopes to there we go. Yeah, we should be good. In hopes to sell it at a higher price, right? So there's other ways you can make money. You can make money from shorting, which is betting for the market, for the stock to go down, which honestly, I was actually looking at. I was looking at a short here first thing in the morning, but honestly, by the time the market opened, we had, this little sell-off here, flattened out. We were thinking about a short in this range at about the 277 mark, and given that we were kind of forming a little bit of this kind of downward, trend, let me go ahead and just remove that. But we were kind of forming, just this general downward trend like such. So, I thought there could be a nice short there. Obviously, it would have paid off really nice. And then as the markets here start to recover here, we saw this great breakout here, right here on this trend, right? This was our average cost near around 275, kind of that breakout of that 50-day moving average line, because we can see the heavy resistance that it has, right? Hits it, sell off, hits it, sell off. Now, some of you may go and you go, well, Carter, why didn't you short it there? Well, it's very simple because we had a candle form above that moving average line. Often when you have those circumstances where, you possibly short, you will see that candlestick form down here, right? You'll see it form right here. So in this circumstance, it formed above it, which was our buy zone. So now here the stock popped up, continued to rally, right? Nice, couple percentage gain. Let's go ahead and draw this out. Rally up, found some support on the 90-day moving average line, and then on the breakdown of it, we got out. Now here, as we continue to look at the stock here, it rallied up even more. Let's go ahead and go to the 5-minute chart here. So now here, we could see heavy support on the trend, right? So now, we have heavy support here where it hits it several times, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. So ideally, you just want to take a trade on the trend. Also, if we look way down here, you guys can see the MACD gave that perfect crossover right here on that pullback here, which gave more indication of future growth, which paid off really, really nice here. So what makes a successful trader successful, right, is just understanding indicators that they use. A lot of people think that in order to make all this money from trading, you got to have like 30 scanners going. You got to have the the best of the best, trend lines. Yeah, all that stuff is very, very important. But what makes a successful trader successful is just understanding their approach. So for me, I thought, okay, if we get that sell off here, right? If we get that sell off, let's go ahead and draw that out a little better. We could see that breakout, boom, rally up, boom, couldn't break above it on that 50, sold off, down below it, found heavy support here, rallied its way up, boom, boom, boom. Keeping our stop, below the trend. Simple trend lines, simple breakouts. That's what makes a successful trader. And we were also looking at, some other stocks here, and one of them being the S&P 500. Right, this thing sold off like crazy, gave the indication of buy at the peak bottom. We were watching this, but I thought there would be a little more volatility among Tesla, which would bring a little more opportunity just because the stock does fluctuate much, or not much, but a little bit more, So ideally, if we look at this, let's go, if we, whoops, let me remove this. Let's see if we can do vertical, so that would have been the buy zone right there, so and that would be at 542, right on that beautiful crossover with the MACD. And that's a simple strategy, just using an indicator. The MACD, it pops up, dips down, your exit would have been right here. You're watching, entry, boom, 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 dips down, exit. You're watching, pops up, continues to go up. After this one, after you'd have to hold after hours, so I wouldn't recommend the last one. But MACD indicator, simple strategy. Simple. Now, as far as swing trade goes, right? As far as swing trading opportunity, I mean, honestly, I've been just doing so well with day trading where it's kind of like, why fix what's working? At least for me. Obviously, we're still holding a bunch of stocks. Meta here, we bought in. As the stock just sells off, we're picking up shares. If it sells off more than 6% in a given week, we're buying some. And today they released earnings and it popped up, right? We got Berkshire Hathaway, on a beautiful, another breakout approach, right? Huge breakout right here. General trend line popped up. Great, heavy entry point because we were averaging down kind of when it sold off, rallied up, sold about 80% of our shares. Form general downward trend, great breakout. Now the stock's rallying up, right? So we could possibly sell. We're in a great situation, and I absolutely love it. So, just riding the wave, right? Riding the wave. We got VU, very similar approach, right? Great breakout. We've been averaging down like crazy. QQQ, very similar. We got Visa here. Visa is just absolutely killing it with these trends here, as you guys can see. Sold off like crazy, broke out, rallying its way up. We're up handsomely on like all of these other than Google. Amazon, another one that's, just kind of generally selling off here, and this one here, I think we're also down a little bit on now that I'm looking at my trading journal. And the reason why we're down is just consumer spending. I think that when they release earnings, I would be surprised if they do beat expectations, but still a good play. We got Google here performing decent. We got Mags. SoFi got crushed, obviously, of course. I bought some, on this trend and kind of broke. I was hoping for, a swing trade, but honestly, this position I was really into because of this, right? Great breakout here. So the trend's still there, which is important. So there is still a trend like this. So it actually could sell off a little bit more. If it dips back down to under $12, I'm definitely going to buy more. I'm definitely going to pick up some shares of that all day. So great play, great breakout. And the thing about SoFi is I think, the demand's going to be there in the next couple of quarters. I'm not sure if they beat expectations here. So I know they released earnings. Maintain neutral. So probably we're at Yeah. All right. But yeah, I mean, it's a good play, and I think that's important. Um, Opportunity wise, like I said, SPY, more day trading with this. Same with Tesla, just because they've been working so well. This here is actually hitting that 90-day moving average line. We could see some short or a possible squeeze, one of the two. We got app, which for great breakout there. PODD, popped up here. We're hoping for that push, above. And that trend is looking more like this here. So as the stocks continue to form, we're just seeing how that trend forms here. So we could see a little more sell-off down there. VST, beautiful breakout, riding that trend. We got FUTU, great one here. And any stocks you guys want me to look at, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. And if you guys are watching, check out our school. It's fantastic. But yeah, so if you guys are watching, you're like, Carter, how can I make a couple $100 from trading? How can I be consistent? You guys, one, don't focus on like dollar amounts. If you're like, how can I make $100, $200 a day? Then your idea should be, how can I, and you're just starting out, how can I make $10 a day? And the only thing that's separating you from making more money is just your account size. And so don't be discouraged, honestly, if you guys are taking profit at 1%, 2%, 3%. Personally, I do it. I think it's one of the most, probably the biggest hack for trading is just compounding. And most traders don't do it. Most traders don't, because they think every stock they buy is going to buy them their Lamborghini, when you got to just eat it, right? Take that small profit, because the profit you make today can be used as leverage tomorrow. So little pro tip, don't worry about it. Just focus on, your checklist, focus on building that strategy. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask down below. And, we'll end it here though. But guys, smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.